Welcome back, everybody, to Planescape Torment.
We need to set up camp
All
now.
right, E2. Gee whiz. I wish to... The dead one has returned, Brocker. The dead one has returned. I can see that. Do you think I can't see that? Of course I can see that. I have eyes, don't I? He turns to you. What can we do for you today? Who's she? She? She is my devoted wife of some 2 score years and the light of my life and the greatest gift that ever entered his life. Isn't that right? I saved him, you see, from the life his parents had planned for him. He promised to take me away from all this, and instead, what you see is the life he gave me. I tell you, there's enough to give driver body to drink. If she weren't already there, she's the biggest bubber this size of the hive, and she's been that way for years. I tell you, years. She'd drink the river Oceanus and still be thirsty if it was made of alcohol. The two of them continue to squabble, ignoring you. I have some more few questions. They're so busy shouting at each other they don't pay any attention to. The shop rapidly fills with their words. Leave. Well, yep. We'll just do some more shopping. Trade. Thank you. I would love to see if anything else can be identified. A strange feather. Oh, this is another thing. Yes, please. Chaos feather. When used in combat as a dagger, it inflicts minor amounts of damage, about the same as a conventional dagger, and the power to confuse any target it strikes. Creatures struck with the feather may also be stunned, run away, or attack its allies. Most Tanari consider the feather to be a sacred object. Varrox will kill anybody possessing it in order to retrieve it. Okay then. Bracelet. Mage's Guard. Armor class 6, weight 2. Usable only by mages. Considered to be a standard equipment of any adventuring mage. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. It is armor. Skull tip mace. Okay. Wow. Okay. Holy shit. Devil's Due. Damage 3 to 8 crushing plus 1. Special 1 to 6 acid damage to target. 1 to 6 acid damage to self. Yeah, like I'd use this. Plus 2 to armor class versus piercing. Thaco plus 2. Speed 4. 5 fires. The weapon has a black metal handle that seems to have grown into the narrow skull that is affixed to its top. The metal looks like it has grown out of the skull and spikes pierce through the eye sockets, the jaw, and the skull cap itself. The metal is not metal at all, but the remnants of a creature's forearm that punched through the base of the fiendish skull now that bedecks the handle of this weapon. The spikes have pierced through the skull and actually appear through some sort of quills from the creature's forearm. When this weapon is used in combat, the spikes of the club penetrate the creature's skin, acid oozes from the quills and the target, doing additional damage. The acid also burns the hands of the user, doing some damage to the wielder even every time he strikes someone else. The common name of this weapon is Devil's Due. To what event it refers to it is unknown, but it's obviously painful experience for the two parties involved. Okay, can I sell said? Oh, I could probably see myself using the brimstone hammer. Yet the Devil's Due. Oh, 1 copper piece. Yep, that was worth it. Not. Well, what? That severed arm is mine? How strange. I could sell the hammer. I really do need the coin. Alright. Done. There's not much more else to see in this place, except get the hell out. Right, lower ward. What else can I possibly... This the siege tower. The print shop. The coffin maker? Nah. Have I actually been to the coffin maker? Hang on. There we go. There's the door. Took us a little while to find it. Hamrus. Why, hello there. In the market for a coffin yet? He smiles amiably. Have some questions. No, I'm going to get going. I think I have been there. Right. Piece of Ravel. Alright, let's go to the upper ward and see that curio shop. Oh, the clerk's ward. Yeah, that's where I want to go. Because there may be something there. Just maybe. Maybe. Do 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 do. Alright. Okay. Varishka. Had some questions? What do you mean by calling what prevaricating? Prevaricating, misrepresenting, perjuring, dissimulating, lying. Oh, did I say that? I meant a floating disembodied pontificating skull, as in dogmatic, always stating an opinion that of a self-important manner. Varishka smiles innocently. Another question. What are you? A Lu fiend, a half-demon. My mother was a Tenari, a fiend, and my father was a king of mortals. Such a rude question, but then you're rather rude-looking yourselves, aren't you? Alright, I got another question. Nope. Let's see your merchandisers then. The exotic items. Metallic cube figurine. Other things. Front of the store. Codex. Back of the store. Tattered rag doll. Yeah. I might just take that, actually. Farewell. Piece of Ravel. Where would I get a piece of Ravel from? Map. Let me see. That's the apothecary? Maybe? Perhaps? I'm grasping for straws here. Oh, I kind of remember this guy. Ask some questions. No. Sensei. Can't help him. That's the brothel. That's the tailor. And back to the lower ward. Or we could try and go to Underseagull. Yeah, why not? We've tried everywhere else. Actually, have I actually been to Underseagull yet? It's dangerous down there, no kidding. Okay, I'm going to save the game. Save under... Whoa, caps lock was on. Under a seagull. I tried this beforehand and I got
done.
Absolutely mushed.
All right. Done.
Alright, that's a Trellon. Everybody, attack the Trellon. There's only one of them. Okay, we did it. We killed it. Look at all that experience. Holy crap.
What I get for getting into a scrape.
Okay, I really would love a cleric. A cleric would be fantastic. Well, we managed to survive, which is really, really nice.
Done.
Now, I would like... Oh, there we go. Battle axe. Okay.
Done.
As tier. Let's see. Do we have a... Spitfire bolts of acid? Yeah, maybe not. Has any... Clot charm. Use... I don't think I've even got any... Oh, actually, I do have bandages. It's not going to be a great deal, but better than nothing. I just have to be a little bit more careful.
Done.
Nothing in there. Ah, more bandages. Fantastic.
All right.
Alright. I'll take myself. Mortis.
Good as done.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Actually, hang on. Spell? Submerge the wheel, power 1. Nah. Anna, you can come up now and attack. Okay, I'm getting killed.
No matter, he'll be up in a bit. Just seeing you crawl back to life like that gives me the shivers.
Yeah, well, at least we keep my inventory, that's for sure. Lady of Pain Ragdoll. Identify. No, I can't identify this. Well, Okay, so Underseeker was probably not the best of ideas. Taylor, back to the lower ward. Alright, just, we'll be right back. I'm going to, do a little bit of investigation. Alright, so, after a bit of investigation, apparently the path I needed to take is going back to the festival, going back to the room that I apparently own still. Splinter. I would like to go... Not the sensoriums, no, I don't wish to use these. I want to actually go all the way through here into this particular doorway. Right. So now we are here. Now we go back into my personal room, which is... has quite a lot of things in it.
I'm gone.
Especially when it comes to spells. Oh my goodness. Alright. High quality stiletto.
All right.
Charms. Dodecahedron. This is what I want. What's in here?
Locked.
There's no lock, latch, or other obvious way to open this sealed storage closet. Okay. So, this dodecahedron. Use it. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone you cannot tell. As certain as an intangible tension runs over the object, as if you're ready to spring in the air at any moment. Examine the dodecahedron closely. Upon a closer examination, you realise that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or a combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,144,625 settings. It will take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble on the solution in minutes. Fiddle with it a bit. You methodically twist the cold grey facets of the dodecahedron. A strange sensation forms in the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move on their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also become aware that it is certain there is a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot recall. Keep working. In moments you have what might be the first of 4 sides locked in their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at a meddler's hands, slashing at the wrists and several fingers. You avoid the trap with a proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in unravelling the object's secret. After avoiding the dodecahedron spinning blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of faceted positions. You start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron. Jets of toxic gas spurt a billowing clouds of corrosive vapour into your face. Half blind, dizzy, and vomiting painfully, you, a bit too late, remember how to avoid that trap as well. Keep working. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin to work on the final facet positions. Just as you are unlocking the 12th pentagram into place, the sorceress runes hidden within the dodecahedron unleash a tiny storm of magical lightning. Arcs of crackling blue lightning run up your arms, leaving smoking trails of black, ruined flesh in their wake. After allowing your muscles to cease their spasms and picking yourself back up, you recall how to avoid that trap. After making the final adjustment to the 12th facet, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfect rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched in its surfaces are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel that should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that you are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realise that the dodecahedron is a tome or a journal of some sort. Until I read the language, I might as well just put this away.
Updated my journal.
So, we've got to find someone to...
Done.
What's that? Enclosed patio, glass doors. So we've got to find a linguist of some description. And funnily enough, there is one here in the clerk's ward. Now, if I hadn't actually gone to quote-unquote cheat, I would have never known that was there. Ever. So something like that... Classic old school RPGs. They will stump you at any turn that they can possibly try.
Done.
If you don't go through every single box, why can I not get out? Let me out.
Done. Done.
Maybe if I just close this door? Anna, close the door. Close the door, I say. Yep, kind of slightly stuck here. Oh, he's moved. There we go, we're out. Anna, go for the door. We can get out now. Right, apparently there's a house here. That's the Underseal, we don't want to go there. The Tailor, Lower Ward, Advocate's Home, Art and Curio Gallery, Fim the Linguist's Home. This is the place we want to go. Simple steps once you get put on the right path. Dun da da! Fim, the linguist, we have yet to be here. This short, scholarly man, a tight, nervous frown on his face, looks you up and down. Greetings, I am Finum. I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care little for your guests, invited or otherwise. So unless you've business with me, I would ask you to leave. I did have some questions. I would have you know that I am a scholar and a linguist, sir. While I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language and the like, I cannot be no help to you in other matters. Unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it and see if you can translate it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and I may well be the only man in Sigla at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. Do you have those notes still? Finham shakes his head. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books that he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Your father was murdered? Finham nods. Strangled he was, and he was left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in a side chamber in the Civic Festal. The killer was never found. This was perhaps 50 years ago now, but I was but a child. He knew the language, though, and could teach it? Surely he did and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. Finham sighs sadly. I have his skill with language, but not his patience for others, sadly. Is he interred at the mortuary?
Updated my journal.
Why, no. His ashes are kept here. He points at the bronze urn sitting atop the cabinet behind the bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A wry smile crosses Finham's lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I have no wish to speak of those things any longer. If you have to excuse me, sir, farewell. Farewell. Right, I am actually a necroscope. There's an urn atop of the small cabinet full of ashes, charred bits of bone. Etched in the base of the urn is the words Fin Andel, beloved husband, father and scholar of 100 languages. Use stories bones tell on the remains. Come in handy. The ashes seem to stir faintly, as if moved by your breath. A faraway voice whispers from within the urn. Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and grey as the heart of a hag? To answer some questions, spirit. Ask then, so I might return to my most quiet thoughts. Describe to him the writing from the folding dodecahedron, as if he knows the language. Yes, I know that tongue. I was a linguist and scholar, you see. I was murdered by a student of mine. Murdered so I cannot teach another the language that I taught him. The tongue of Oyu. It was one of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none that spoke it, save myself and that one damnable murderous student. Can you help me learn this dead language? I could teach you this language, yes. It would please me to do so. In fact, if only to spite that bloody-handed student of long ago. First, tell me of what languages you do speak. Learn what you can from the spirit. The spirit speaks to you of the lost language of Uyo. There is a throbbing sensation in your temples as the memory begins to surface. The memories of this language. You recall the letters, words, phrases until, like a spire wind blowing away a blanket of a poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. Continue.
Updated my journal.
There is another memory, though, bubbling to the surface. A darker one. Its presence troubles you somewhat. It fills you with unease and unexplained pangs of guilt. Allow the memory to
Updated my
surface. You at last. You recall Finn Adele himself. You remember his gentle voice, his kind manner, his schooling you in the ancient arts of the language of Oyo. You almost remember your scarred, gnarled hand wrapped around his frail throat, crushing his larynx and thus ensuring that the secret contents of your journal, hidden and thrice trapped in a dodecahedral puzzle box and penned in the obscure language of the Oyo, would be safe forever from prying eyes. Finn, I must tell you, it was me who murdered you.
Updated my journal.
The spirit is silent for a time, the ashes rustling softly within their urn. It speaks once more, its voice full of sorrow. But why? And why would you come to me once more? Did you forget what you had been taught? No. Well, yes. It's been difficult to explain, but it must have been a former self of mine that murdered you. Each time I die, I reawaken as if from a long sleep, but having to forgotten everything, who I was or what I'd done. I think I understand. I sense your regret, and I would forgive you. May peace be with you, pupil of old, and may we prove kinder in this life, and in the one that you saw an end to mine. Thanks, Finn. Farewell. Well, there you go. So, okay. So let's go back to that and use it. And
Updated my
read.
journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts. One kept in the yes, browse through it. What do you wish to read about? This is a long book, and guess what? We're going to read that through in the next episode of Planescape Torment. If you've enjoyed this episode and enjoyed the series thus far, do go ahead and click that like button. And of course, if you're interested in anything else I've done in the past, do head on to some of the playlists over to the right hand side. I've been Raetac. I'll see you next time.